1. Anti-reflecting coating, a very thin layer of a transparent material which is coated onto glass in order to increase the amount of light transmitted. The process involves destructive interference. 2. Absolute zero temperature, temperature at which all molecular motion stops 0 K. The fixed lower point of the Kelvin temperature scale. 3. Absorption spectrum, a series of dark lines across a continuous spectrum produced when light passes through a gas at low pressure. 4. Aerial, a metallic conductor connected to an electronic circuit, which is designed to efficiently transmit or receive electromagnetic waves. 5. Aerodynamics, the study of how objects move through air or how air flow affects stationary objects. 6. Albedo, it is defined as the ratio of total scattered or reflected power to total incident power. Albedo depends on the nature of the surface, cloud cover and inclination of the radiation to the surface. The Earth's annual mean albedo is approximately 30%. 7. Beams of charged particles, these are created and controlled by strong electric and magnetic fields. They are used to investigate the atomic and subatomic structure of matter. 8. Dielectric materials, insulators used between the plates of capacitors in order to increase their capacitance. 9. Dish aerial, an aerial placed at the focus of a parabolic reflector, typically for receiving or transmitting radio waves. 10. Eddy currents, circulating currents induced in solid pieces of metal when changing magnetic fields pass through them, for example in the iron core of a transformer. 11. Edge effects, the electric field between parallel plates is assumed to be uniform except at the edges. These effects are not considered in any detail in this course. 12. Expansion of universe, the red shift of light to the Doppler effect from distant galaxies provides evidence of an expanding universe. 13. Hysteresis magnetic, the changing magnetic properties of a ferromagnetic material depend on what has happened to it before and how quickly the changes takes place. These effects are called hysteresis. 14. Iridescence, the property of certain surfaces to produce variable colored effects because of interference, depending on the angle at which they are viewed. The feathers of some birds and insect wings are common examples. 15. Iteration, a repetitive mathematical procedure which calculates the changes which occur in small increments in order to determine an overall result. 16. Laminations iron core, alternate layers of iron and insulation in a core of an electromagnetic device which are designed to limit energy dissipation due to eddy currents. 17. Matter waves, waves that represent the behavior of an elementary particles, atom or molecule under certain conditions. 18. Polarized molecules, molecules with an uneven distribution of electrons. 19. Resolvence, a measure of the ability of a diffraction grating with end slits to resolve separate wavelengths, r =//d//mn. 20. Tuning fork, vibrating instrument of a simple shape used to produce a sound of a single precise frequency. 21. Tunneling probability, probability that a particle can tunnel through a potential barrier. 22. Aperture, a hole or gap, usually applied to the control of light entering an optical instrument. 23. Banking, the use of sloping surfaces to enable faster motion around curves. 24. Barometer, an instrument for measuring atmospheric pressure. 25. Battery, combinations of electric cells. 26. Boundary, a surface where waves may be reflected or transmitted. 27. Cell, a device which transfers chemical energy to the energy carried by an electric current. It is also called an electrochemical cell or a voltaic cell. 28. Calorimeter, an apparatus designed for experiments investigating thermal energy transfers. Such experiments are described as calorimetric. 29. Circuit breaker, an electromagnetic device used to disconnect an electrical circuit in the event of a fault. 30. Compass, a device for determining the direction to geographic north. A magnetic compass points to a magnetic south pole. Small plotting compasses are used to investigate the shapes of magnetic fields in the laboratory. 31. Control rods, these are used to adjust the rate of fission reactions in nuclear reactors by absorbing more or fewer neutrons. 32. Critical mass, the minimum mass needed for a self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction. 33. Deformation, a change of shape. 34. Digital communication, data are transferred as a signal containing only a very large number of digital pulses, each of which can only one of two possible levels 0 and 1. 35. Digital instrument, a measuring instrument that displays the measurement only as digits numbers. 36. Discrete, individually separate. 37. Drag, The forces opposing motion through a fluid, sometimes called fluid resistance. 38. Echo, a reflected sound which is heard distinctly from the original sound. 39. Empirical, based on observation. 40. Endoscope, a medical device which uses the total internal reflection of light to obtain images from inside the body.